Railways of Ireland, starting in Waterford.
Tá mu tasú Maher Ashter, siúlas a roiíocht ar chunar deamata chean Iarnrod na Héireann. Chóras taistil a dag lorg ar an tua is ar hélan ilan trí chéile. Chas for range card orm, idir nuas sean chun spirit ré orge na Iarnrod a gaile a gúisiach. Se ceann gus na carracha sin in éireann, gus tá man seo ag túr Reginald I bát láige. Chuirta tús le a thuris sa cathair seo, ag teachtar sean bhealach an bmhóthíorann a chuaigh ó Portláige go dún Garabháin. Nis, le roinnt blianta nuas, athraíodh an sean bhealach seo, go ceann gus na Fair Valley is rathúla sa tír ar fad. Tá ag súil go mór le ólas a áil faoi. Mar an gáidíní clúteach am an Conghríomh fan Sosamé, má chéad stad ar an ród. Ní nach úna má hé an lífacht na háileachta seo agus staran sí mhór I gcion go mór a gaché an cuairteoir. Is tá an scéal ar fad ag an starí áitiúil Donnchadh O'Ceallacháin. Tá muid an seanis I mán Conghríomh, áite rá agus bhfuil teach mór, agus áite rá an bóthíorann a gul Harris agus bhí ardán an seo. Inistum faoi stair an teach mór agus an túnachar sóisialta a bhí an bór íorann bhí an fadó.
Tháinig muintir Conghríomh an so go Portláige san ochtavíisteag ó hasan na hánadar. A chuidir fuhan so. Now, hánadar an so de sacbáir mar starta ceannathe, so go bhíidir stig sa gahar Portláige, agus san bhúladar machchan so, féin tua, agus tóga an tig mór, tóga an tig, hart timppla na bliana míle seachgéad is a seascan na mar sin. Ach an san iníag san ochtavíis agus san éhuisteag, bhíidir bonathe an so a gúntar Portláige agus tíirní talúna ba iad rilí is lócha. Bhíidir marachtan tú na gcónaí sa tig an so, agus bhí an stáit mór rimpel. So bhí sin mar bhí is lócha, suas go fadar is an fehuhís nuair a bhí Ambrose Conghríomh in a cónaí an so. Agus is lócha a chur na Gardaíní atá an son is ar bon, bhanig sé, chuir sé, cha sé a héal a fad is lócha ag obers na Gardaíní an so. Bhí tair bhí is lócha, bhí planige na Gardaíní is fear ar dain ar chuir le chéile ansa I gúnta Portláige sin an rud dhéanse. An bhfuil tágaing is fé láthar. A fé mar dúirt an son tá bóthar íring nó an Iarnrod tá sé díreach taobh hirding an so. Agus tá ardáin fósáin, agus dócha nuair a bhí an tréin i teislan sóid ar Portláige agus dún Garbháin. Stócha bhí stadach an tréin an so. The winter Conghríomh.
Agus tócha go cuairteoirí táhachtach ag teachta seo.
Lánacha, daoine tócha bhí teachtamach an gahar tócha teislan so bhfuil san tréin. So lán daoine tócha féle cuioine bh Edward a seach, nuair bhí nuair thug sé an cuairtear a gahar ag sachan féhuaís, chuig sé go les mór ón gahar agus heistil sé an lína an seo.
An lína idir Corcaí agus Portláige gá chahar mór, is tócha gur lína cumarsáide táhachtach achnamíocht a bhí an.
Bhíon lína Harbh táchtach tócha tá má swinmh siar leis le san éhuisteag sé bhí annar so ré organ na mór íring. Ar fud an dain rilí agus sa tíir seach tá má. Agus nuair osclaigh an lína an Iarnrod tháinig athrú an na háachtar ar fad ar héal achnamíochta na tír an cúnta. Go háirthó héamh cuasaí talmhaíochtaí agus iascaireachta chomá. But ag úsáid as an lína rilí tócha chun an targaí talmhaíochta esportáil amach an réigún go Portláige go Black Clia agus chamála sin go sasna.
Bhronnig an chláán na Gardaíní chun stáit ar fad.
Yes, bhronnig agus is tócha taid oscail taid ar oscail is don phobal agus is sáid úntach é, an ciúnas an so, déting.
Tá sé le chlostáil.
Tá sé chlostáil héal canach a chéanrad. Is féidir daoine tacht an so agus tá sé ciúin agus is féidir, siúl timpeall féicear an plantaí ar na bláhanna seachtó acra atá an so. It's an príosach mór, agus is áis úntach é don cúnta agus do Hartery le go má.
Siúd lemanis ar bord Iarnrod Chail de chuidún Suir Valley Railway Company. Réhan an bailach áling a chóirithe seo an 7 kilometr déag ó Chulaí Viadáin go stáisiún Chairg na Bhréacháin. Báil dir an Jonach an cólachta a thugann an scéaldam an dígrasóir trénach Tom Hartery. Inis, tá an lína ag obair go deas faoi láthair, céir tá an gon lína seo.
Well, inis tá 7 kilometr déag den lína going ón kiloméadán go Bilberry. Ba bhhaling an lína a thuirteach sa Chahar, síos na chéine, go dtí túr Rhinal.
Sin an áit thosaí mé ar maidin. So tá líon na cuairteoirí ag méadú chulah líon seachas an Covid ach cuairteoirí idirnáisiúnta ón Bhreatain agus ó America agus ó mórthair na Eorpa is tócha ag tactaisteach an seo.
Se ach sa bhliain seo is staycationers a bhfuil going. Tá timpeall 5,000 cuairteoirí a going an bhliain seo.
Agus is éannaí gur fad iad sin im líana.
Se ba bhhaling níos mó ach thug an National Trust sa Bhreatain bheag inal gaile mar bhronta na stóin.
Tá sagan.
Now, tá sé an sean agus tá lá an obair le déanamh going. Cosnóigh sé timpeall 100,000 euro.
Tuige. Siúcha an agus sin le cúna dé. So le món Congreve agus Cíl Vídáin agus Cílbhach Tómis agus dún Garháin agus an lína ag méadú agus níos mó daoine ag caint faoi tuigeann tosa gur maithe amatá le tacht.
Measan go mbeidh saol úntach ag an Iarnrod.
Tá rás an nua ag tacht ar Glas Valley Fort Lauriga agus túnscail sláintúil na fólaíochta ag nadú ar labba an tean Iarnrod. Feictar fuardar nua freisin faoin na seanbhailte Iarnrod. Ní bochtáin a bhaileann teach na mocht chuilmhe chumáis ar na saolta seo ach turasóirí. A bhfuil abanis chun bula le passeantarach grí a thug seirbhís saol an Iarnrod. Tá idir gáil agus diesel fósta gnámh ag PJ Maher. An máiste stáisiún dearnach a bhí ar dúlgas in áru. Hit sé a chrán PJ, fear óg san am an glas a chur a stáisiún darú í 1967.
I came in here around 1962 and I was here until it closed in 1967. I operated the gates on a motorbike. They were a laneway down that ran the whole ways behind the station, down, open the gates, up on the motorbike, and up, lock the gates and then pull me signals because they're all interlocked. And I'd wait in the cabin until the train came in and I'd release the lock on the gates so the farmers were able to open the gates themselves.
Now you have some of the instruments that were used in the station. This is
That's correct.
This lamp was in the ladies' waiting room, PJ?
These double burners were in the cabin and in the office. And all these single burners then were in the ladies' waiting room and the main waiting room. It was run with no electricity and no public phone, only station to station.
Now, a very famous personality used to deliver the oil to the door station
yeah.
here.
Christy Ring was one of the men that used to deliver oil in here. While he'd be waiting for it to fill, he'd be practicing his hurling against the wall. The only other incidents that used to happen, funny incidents, was there were a gentleman here. I often wonder why he had such a big coat on him, winter and summer, you know. And I often see a head of a chicken sticking out. He used to get him up free of charge up to Donnchadh.
So no cost for
No, he used to have the eggs in a basket which he was entitled to, but they should have been in a little a cage brought up in the Gales van.
So he would probably say that the chickens were coming home to roost.
That's correct. Yeah.
Well, you were a handsome young man at the time, and I understand the ladies passing by on the train used to send you the odd postcard.
Oh, they used, yeah. At that time, I had plenty of admirers, but if you'll send me a card now, it will be a mass bouquet.
Cymánim orm fá dhéana chean dínta sí inil tóireachta an bhealaigh. Fad cheathrú míle atá I dolan bhaile I bhuiil, agus is ann a hagam iontas cheolmhar ná bheitfá ag súil leis. Nach galanta an waise a chur fumaíocht glan tholan darú I ceol millis chóir dardán. Beag an chuimhne sinlumm go ceann I bhad. Bhí ról lárnach ag na bailí Iarnrod I go gona saoirse agus I go gona garad. Bhain go leor tragóidí leo sna blianta suaite sin. Tá me chun chaasa le Gavin Cummins, starí passionanta a chatha híal ag iarraí obair a chóirithe an bhóthíran a thabhairt chun a bíochta. Gavin, I know you have a wonderful knowledge of the history of the entire line, and we're standing here on the Ballyvile Viaduct. There was a major incident here in 1922. Maybe you might give us an account of what happened here.
So a number of anti-treaty IRA in Dungarvan decided that they would pick a river in the middle of the county, and this happens to be the Dalligan, and blow up every bridge the whole way up to the Comers above here. The idea, it would split the county in half, and probably a little bit like they'd have nearly like an independent anti-treaty republic here on the west of the county. Two guys, Mick Mansfield and Mick Shalhoub, decided to go to the 3rd and 4th Arch here and put explosives on it. And actually, the county surveyor, which nowadays would be probably a county engineer, John Bowen, came out and pleaded to the two of them, what the hell are you blowing up the bridge for? To which Mick Mansfield, with a kind of a glib comment, said, we're trying to solve the unemployment problem. But that wasn't the end of it, because in August 1922, as I said, when it was blown up, the same gang came back 4 months later and went to Durrow Station, and they commandeered a train from there, a works train, and remember now the bridge was gone. And they brought the train down here right onto the bridge that didn't exist anymore, so obviously gravity straight down.
So the pillars on which we're standing now were the 3 pillars that the McAlpine works crew replaced.
McAlpine then obviously came, implied up to 200 people, and the 3 pillars you see here are the McAlpine pillars in 1924.
Tá éad céanna passion ag Garvan den glasbhealach nua seo, is atá aige don stair.
Yeah, I've always been fascinated with the railway, and I just felt that there was definitely a tourism potential to go on here, really. And as you know, in a lot of parts of Ireland, there's a lot of opposition to greenways, but I think the Waterford Greenway has shown that a lot of these fears are completely and utterly unfounded.
If you look at Mount Congreve and Kilmeaden and Kilmacthomas and Dungarvan and all the little places along the line, it's self-evident that the entire community has benefited from your initial vision, which people now support 100%, not just here, but in so many other places around the country.
Michael Welch said from 6 or 7 years ago, he said, this will be an economic game changer. And he was right about tourism. All the cafes and restaurants along the way, all the pubs along the way, all the accommodations, it's absolutely superb.
So what kind of a bicycle is this?
Penny farthing. Big wheel in the front, small one in the back.
Tell me, what do you think of the Greenway?
Oh, it's great for riding penny farthings. It's a really good surface. Scenery is fantastic. Different people every day. It's just great crack.
Oh, so why do you do this then?
Completely for fun. Why not?
That's great to see you. Vuig furin fortlarige a géad clethe canna shimona shincha na heran in íjeag da hat sa hocht. Is tamar bish kon falamach a tawachti a bhí an bóthíran I bhorbairt an chuman luair glasgoils na déise ó chéanamh. Mar a bhíad with the bhún seoir an seo. Nis tá me beagnach ag Jeremy Horace an seo go dún garháin, agus tá cangailt láidir le rá agat sa faoin Iarnrod agus cuasaí sport.
Se, tá Enda. Bhí tioncar ag an Iarnrod cuasaí sport an seos na déise, mar nuair a bhí Portláirge I Maher a réime san amáint nóig bhuaig siad craobh na hÉireann I sa bhliain 18 agus 59, agus bhí an lucht leanúna in an teistil go blá clia agus do sa tlihí móra an tréin.
An tréin?
Yeah, agus before an ó cáde dóibh a bheith dul Ross trénach. So tá clár ama a gom an seo agus buineann sé le cluiche ceannis na sreatha sa bhliain 59. Bhí Portláirge ag immert in ag Tiberdarn an tám sin agus bhí an tréin ag dul tréin speisialta a chur chorasún paréir ar siúl an lá sin. Bhí an clé ar siúl I Gael Cuinnig. So thosaigh an tréin I mala I gcuibh hir maidin go lua agus cúig siad go dtí na stáisiún go léir chun an lucht leanúna a bhalú agus ní raibh nó méad ag na passionéirí chun léimtar board agus leanúnta raig go dtí Gael Cuinnig. Ach hiag córsún paréireann go mbeadh níos mó ama utha ag teacht bhaile. Tás go raibh siad beidir tír seach nó beagáín ar meisce agus leisce orthu sláánna ágáil dá garda ag teacht bhaile. So bhí níos mó ama ag teacht bhaile chun tuirlingt ón tréin.
So bhí an cangailt sin an láidir an seo I Portláirge ó héamh cuasaí spórte? Ó
bhí. Agus tuigim go bhfuil tradiisiún, sais tradiisiún an fós an corn a thuirta bhaile ar an tréin.
Lútú an sin a bhara an ceangailt láidir a bhí an go tradiisiúnta idir an bóthíran agus cuasaí sport. Nis bhí tusa mar chuid gon chuiste, mar bhil gon chuiste a bhí ag déile leis an férbhealach nua seo. Agus tá se le feiceáil a chuile lá go bhfuil neart daoine ag buint an cangailt sin I ré nua an seo in Iarthar Portláirge.
Ó se tá cinnte Enda agus tá míid anna bhródúil as an seo I Portláirge. Agus mar a connig tú cofad agus tátó an seo, tá na slúite ag teacht ar a rothair, ag ré nó péradé ar an férbhealach, agus ní féidir é sin a bheits ó thaobh cuasaí sláintúlaithe.
Well, sin go ddíreach atá I gceist. Tá cangailt nua, cangailt láidir, idir cuasaí sláinte agus an sean bhóthíran agus an férbhealach atá an faoi láthair. So tá job ionach déanta agaí mar chuiste go bhfuil sé seo ar bun agus ag éirí go hionach leis. Tá mar an móthar ó bhreacaíonn lé agus tá fuair an mhuiile anois. Ag leias ar sin ag an chef ráiteach Paul Flynn ag olafú barbecue dom ar trá chlún é.
Hi, Enda.
How are you, Paul? How are you doing?
We even have to do it from afar.
It's been many years since I was down in the international and nationally famous tannery in Dungarvan.
Indeed.
And you're here at Clonee Beach this evening to cook up a little food.
This is where I'm going to end up when I retire, having a little sausage stall. Things will be a lot simpler.
Maybe you might speak a little bit about the impact of the resurgence of the Greenway on Dungarvan and what it has meant for you as a businessman and as a famous restaurateur here.
I came back to my hometown. I was in London for a long time, and I just wanted to, I really believed in the area, I really believed in Dungarvan, and 23 years ago, my wife and I, we set up the tannery in an old leather factory, hence the name. My grandfather used to work there all his life. It's taken a long time for the town to really fulfill its potential, but it really has, and it's really down to the Greenway.
The renewal of the old line to the Greenway is a result of confidence and trust and investment and opportunity.
Yeah.
And you can see this as a business person in Dungarvan, so it's in everybody's interest to understand the benefits that can flow from that.
I mean, the thing is, with all great things like the Greenway, there's many years of work and dedication from people before it really came to fruition. The town has really blossomed because it used to be quite an industrial town. There was a lot of industry. Quigley Magnesite, which is just on the beachhead over there, on the point over there, and now it's a leisure town. It's a tourist town, but always it's a very busy market town too. It's got a great spirit. Are you hungry, by the way?
Thank you, Paul.
And nothing fancy.
This is very special.
I think a lot of, you know, nice memories are created by where you are. You know, it's about the location. Yeah. And, you know, you can have the simplest of food, you can have the simplest of things, and it's all about, I even brought you a plate. It's all about...
Thank you very much.
Time and a place.
This is a special treat. I'm going to sit down here and enjoy this, and I'm going to face the sea.
I hope you do.
Ceann scríbe sriste, tá deire le meistear ó chathair fotláige go dún garabháin. Is léag bhfuil blá take ríis an mealach seo, agus ug sé an fléisiúr dom, ana a chur ar phobal is ar stair na néise. Níl daus ná go rastal an Iarnrod an seo a bhí omláin éagsúil ó chathaí na naoine in Iarnrod na hÉireann. Níl dáir behanach bhfuil ag éire go híntacht mála sin féar bhealach seo. Le linge ama tuigeann tú gur caiigh an bailach seo ar a omláin éagsúil ón éispéire sa bhí le fáil in áiteanna eile. Go ddíreach an seo, híl sé chá tuchar coirthe le háiteanna a dul uafás na héis imirce nó imirce héisiúireach. In áit sin, tá agin Iarnrod a bheithaigh pobal láide fearmóireachta, ceannaithe trádála rathúla sna bailtí móra agus beaga le linge bhealaigh, lucht sire a go chlúné agus slúite na gluthí pelle ag scireadh agus iad ag dul tríd an toláin ag dáradh.
And now that you've caught up on the series so far, you're ready for the next episode where Enda heads home from Westport to Achill, stopping for the chats and a bit of crack along the way. That's at 8:30 tomorrow. Silas Mariner, the weaver of Raveloe, coming up after the break.